Kyle, it's time finally. The music has ended. We won't immediately get banned from YouTube for a copyright strike by Return of the Mac. We can finally start the show. I appreciate all of you who are watching live after that crazy, insane double overtime game to start the season. It is late. We are finally starting. Kyle Taylor, my co-host Derek Kramer. Welcome to Pacers Recap Live. Appreciate you waiting, staying up for us. How you doing, Kyle?
Whew, that was a long game. There was a point when I was full of adrenaline. That was late in the fourth quarter. Then we got to one overtime, and I thought Pascal was going to go for the win. Then we got to the second overtime, and I was ready for a team to win it or lose it because that game was never ending. So I'm doing good. The truth is, this is the kind of game that last season I would have cared a lot about, and this season, we're starting it off with maybe a little bit different expectations. And honestly, I'm coming out of it feeling really good about Jarris Walker. And yeah, they lost the game, but honestly, Jarris's play, Pascal and Ben.
Honestly, yeah, you go into a game already with just one real healthy point guard and Andrew Nembhard, and then he goes out at halftime, and you put up that much of a fight against the Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, you can't come away not impressed with the fight of this team. Obviously, you want to see a win in the end, but to see those moments from Jarris, the incredible shot making from Ben Mathurin throughout the game, and especially in clutch time in both the fourth quarter and overtime, his ability to get to the free throw line to kind of match what SGA was doing on the other end. I joked with people on the press row like it's going to come down to who makes more free throws between Ben Mathurin and SGA. It just felt like that was like there were just so many free throws in this game. I don't know if I've ever seen a game with that many free throws. That's another story, but I agree with you. Like, yes, it's unfortunate they lost this first one, but there's so many positives to take away. I thought Shep was great. Taylor Peter, I mean, you ask a guy from Liberty, 3 years of Division II basketball, and he comes in, hits a big three, plays minutes in double overtime. Like, I don't know how you could ask for more from him in that situation in his first NBA game, playing against the defending champs. Like,
Yeah,
just
let's take a minute and appreciate the 54th pick in the draft played ahead of Johnny Furphy. Lottery, like one time thought of it. I mean, he wasn't a lottery pick, but like Kansas, right? Just the pedigree is totally different. Yeah, I'm reading like the chat. Ben, Jarris, and Shep were better than I expected. I totally agree. Both Ben showed up in the second half. As soon as Ben Shepherd got on the floor with like 9 minutes to go in the third quarter, you knew it was a ball game. You knew that they were going to bring it. And they did. I mean, I don't my friends are texting about the referees. I'm not gonna talk about the refs. This is what you get when you play OKC. If you watch the finals, we all watch the finals. This is what you're gonna get when you play OKC. I just kind of set it aside. Yeah, I don't have anything. I don't really have anything bad to say, to be honest. I'm not going to be negative about that stuff. We saw Jarris throwing skip passes. We saw him like backing people down in the post with like poise and, persistence and focus to close, like in closing time in a big game. I really like the big negative that I'll be upset about is Andrew Nembhard being hurt. That is bad. That is not good. But everything else from this game, I mean, just freaking awesome. I mean, I wish Mathurin could go against Lou Dort every time. Because when it's like the countryman thing, like because he's right, he's not just
SGA too.
They're both from Montreal, right? They just freaking won it. That was awesome to see. That was so cool.
Yeah, it was so fun watching them battle. I don't enjoy like Lou Dort is such a physical defender, and then he'll also like just be like the best flopper whenever he gets picked. I don't enjoy that aspect of Lou Dort, but watching Ben Mathurin and Lou Dort battle each other, just special stuff. And like him, like Ben, like going at SGA and I thought Ben, like, I give him a lot of, like, I'm not the highest on Ben as a defender. I thought he had his moments against SGA too. Like in the first half, he forced the
100%.
travel. I think he got a couple misses when he had those moments. Like, I was very interested to see, because we saw in preseason that Ben Matherin was taking that matchup and giving Andrew Nimhard like a breather from his usual defensive duties of taking the best matchup all the time. At the start of the game, we still had Andrew Nimhard.
I was scared. I was scared.
We want Ben Matherin full time on the MVP of the league. But when he did have that opportunity, I thought he did much better than I would have expected. He had many, many good moments. I think my favorite play from Ben Matherin offensively was the step through that tied the
Mm,
game. One of the
mm,
upper overtimes just
mm.
completely fooled SGA. Just beautiful, beautiful stuff from Ben Matherin. So impressive. What he finished with: 36 points, 11 rebounds, one assist. But honestly, in this game, like, I thought he even made some good passes. Like, Aaron missed a three in the corner, I think. He made this wraparound pass to Jarris that would have been a dunk, but they called the foul on the pass. So, like, even his passing, I thought was very good for Ben. And I really, I'm really shocked that Rick didn't challenge his last foul in double overtime, just because the offense needed him out there so badly with no point guard. Like, the offense is basically just Pascal or Ben, save us. Maybe we'll do some two-man game, but it's just like, one of you do something awesome, and hopefully we can escape with a win. The I was surprised for a couple of the Rick's, like, never challenging a couple of plays. Aaron's sixth foul was another one of those. People told me that the replays were a little clearer, that that was probably a weak foul, but a foul on that. But Ben not challenging the Ben one where SGA leans straight into him was surprising to me. Was that surprising to you?
I I thought he should have used the challenge on the one Aaron was screaming for.
That's what happened.
Um,
Yeah.
you kind of got to know whether certain guys are like emphatic for a reason or if they just like are kind of caught up in the moment. I thought it was pretty clear as soon as Aaron was signaling, and it's the kind of play where Aaron knows where the ball went, and the ref doesn't really have a great angle. Only the OKC bench has the angle. Yeah, I would have challenged it earlier there, and obviously he winds up fouling out of the game. So I look smarter saying that, and like that's kind of hindsight bias. But my like if I was going to make a coaching criticism, it's yeah, why is Ben with 5 fouls still on SGA all the time in closing time?
Mhm.
Because another person who did pretty well, to be honest, was Jarris. I know he gets caught on a couple of those pump fakes. Everybody's going to get caught on those pump fakes. To me, this is just life. He does
Mhm.
that again. Like this is who SGA is.
Yeah.
So I
He's
would.
gonna get he's gonna get to the line. Like,
He's going to get to the line.
but if you make it as hard as possible, like, that's all
I
you can
thought
ask
Jarvis was
for.
making it hard. So yeah, I don't really I'm not so upset about not challenging that last foul. I felt like Rick was like saving it for the perfect time, and the perfect time never came.
Yeah, I think the perfect time was to at least attempt to keep Ben Matherin on the floor, because he was that good
Fair.
in
Yeah.
this one.
When he went out, you kind of it was like the writing was on the
Yeah,
wall.
yeah. Like, they put Talon Peter in double overtime after that, and then, like, Rick dusted off Johnny Furphy, who didn't play the entire game, and then they still almost did the thing again. They almost did the thing again. They're down by 6 with 45 seconds left. Obi gets a quick two, and then Obi gets a steal, but oh wait, there's a timeout from Mark Dagnall, and the steal doesn't happen. The Pacers would have been down 4 with the ball, a chance for Obi to quickly put in a 2-pointer, but it's no good. The arena replays, they never showed any angle that showed the timeout. I don't know if did the broadcast show anything
No,
either.
we didn't see it
So
either. I mean, I listen. The truth is, probably he didn't get that timeout off in time. I think probably he didn't,
it
and they
doesn't
gave it
seem,
to him.
based on the reactions of the players, like, nobody's reacting. The ref's not even on the screen at all until after the steal, and that's
Yeah, listen,
when
weird stuff happens. If you watched the Thunder Rockets like season opener, Kevin Durant is staring an official in the face 5 feet away and signaling timeout, while three of his teammates do the same in three different directions. A timeout that would have been a technical foul and OKC's winning the game, but instead they didn't call it. All I'm saying is They missed stuff. I think it was wrong, but again, I'm not. That's to me. This is just
Yeah,
like this is a par for the course officiating mistake, not like a not something
exactly.
I'm fundamentally frustrated with, to be honest with you.
Yes, I think it's completely fair, and I think it shows it just another way of showing how incredible those comebacks in the playoffs were last year because literally every single thing has to go right. One thing like a timeout that's a millisecond late but gets called in the opponent's favor goes to them, and then your chance is over. Like it's
Right.
that hard to make those comebacks. It's that insane that they were able to do this. One last thing I want to do before we move on to our next segment. I did think it was interesting that before Pascal tied up the game, I don't, was that the end of regulation or the end of OT? One of the
Overtime.
two. Okay, that Rick actually called a timeout on a missed free throw, which he never does when
Oh,
Tyrese is on the
that was
floor.
regulation. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, never does when Tyrese is on the floor, but he did it there, which is very interesting because that's
Well,
long been his philosophy since Tyrese has been here. But with no point guard, Rick's like, I'm the point guard now. I'm going to call a
we were
play.
watching no pass possessions. Like
Yeah,
this is the thing. That whole style, like in general, I'm with Rick, especially like set defenses in the NBA, and OKC is the best defense. So set defenses to begin with, and especially this one, are really hard to score against. So you shouldn't take timeouts if you don't need them. But it was just tough. Uh, like the offense was not looking good at all. I thought it was yeah, it's better than nothing.
I agree. All right, we ready to move to our first segment here?
Yeah, kick us off, Derek. The TJ awards. The
All right.
TJ awards.
So
Tell me about
allow me to introduce the TJ Awards. So we all know that at one point in time, the Pacers had all three TJs that were in the NBA at the same time. TJ McConnell, still a Pacer. TJ Warren, rest in power, the bubble god. I don't know what I'm saying right now.
it.
And
With us, alive, by the way, in case
with
people.
us, he's not. Yes, he's not dead. He's just not in the NBA anymore. My apologies. And we also have, of course, TJ. Possible players that would have been better, especially OG Anunoby. Um, and we also have TJ Ford, the only other TJ in the history of the NBA, also played for the Pacers way back in the day. And then as I'm doing my research for this show, I realize, I start to think, what's Tyrese's middle name? Tyrese John Halliburton. There's another secret TJ on the roster. Well, wait a second. What about Talon Peter? Talon Joseph Peter, another secret
Secret
TJ
TJ.
on the roster. Well, wait a second. What about Tony Bradley? Tony Bradley Jr. There are three secret TJs on the roster for the Indiana Pacers, the team known for employing all of the TJs in the NBA in history. So allow me to introduce you to the TJ Awards.
Ah, it's wonderful.
Gosh.
Derek is a graphic design genius. A genius.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of like thinking somebody's dead, they're turning off the lights here. Speaking of think like somebody's dying, it sounds like it's an in memoriam for award show, like that segment of the Oscars or whatever. Okay, so here's how the TJ Awards work. There are 6 possible TJ awards. We have the Tyrese John Halliburton Award, which is like our MVP, Mr. Pacer type of award to give it to the start of the best player of the game, essentially. We have the TJ McConnell Award for like the hustle play, whatever it might be. Do we just want to pick one? We're each going to pick one possible TJ award, and then we'll explain what the award is. We'll each give a nominee, and then we'd like for those of you in the chat to give your opinions for who you think should be the winner as we do this. So do we want to start with the Mr. Pacer Award? We're always going to do the Mr. Pacer Award, and then we'll each pick one other award to give today. Do you want to start with Mr. Pacer?
Let's start with Mr. Pacer. And why don't you? I feel like I owe it to you as the creator of this. Who's your MVP of the game, Mr. Pacer, in
So
Game 1 of
the
82?
nominees for the Tyrese John Halliburton Award are my nominee for this award tonight is gonna be Benedict Mathurin. Just incredible. I mean, 9 for 19 from the floor. He took 17 free throws. Like, we're, plenty of Pacer fans understandably frustrated with how many free throws SGA took, but it was really impressive Matherin's ability to get to the line on repeat, to put up 36 points and contribute on the glass as much as he did with 11 rebounds. I thought he surpassed who I assume will be your nominee, Pascal Siakam, by the end of the game. I thought Bennett surpassed him. What do you feel like for your nominee?
All right. Well, I will certainly make the case for Pascal. And the case for look, I think if I had the first pick, I would have made the same pick. But the case for Pascal is that in the middle of the game, when we were yo-yoing at risk of letting the game get away, Pascal is spinning and turning and making every shot in sight. And the game never gets away because Pascal Siakam seals in the paint. Jarris throws him an awesome football pass, half the length of the floor. He's hitting threes. Now he's not making his free throws, so minus a couple for Spicy P. But he's everywhere. He's the ultimate utility man. He's keeping them in the game. Again, all throughout the game, he's a steadying presence. He's dealing with Dort fouling him all the time. I thought he was just excellent. I mean, we're talking about the two guys who combined for like more than half the Pacers' points. So awesome games from them. Yeah, a vote for Ben in the chat. I can understand this one going to Matt.
And I completely agree with you. Like early on, my vote for this would have been Pascal for probably at least the first 3 quarters. He was incredible. I thought that he really kept them alive. Like when Andrew was unable to go in the third quarter, like he made it clear, like we're still in this. Like I'm going to keep making these crazy shots and getting buckets. And I think the thing that really hurts Pascal in this one is if he shoots better at the free throw line, this game doesn't even go to overtime. 5 for 12 from the line for Pascal, really rough. It's insane how he can hit these insane fadeaway jumpers over a guy like Chet Holmgren, but then there's nobody in front of him 15 feet from the basket, and just inconsistency there. We've seen that from Pascal at times since he's come to Indiana, but yeah, incredible game, incredible player. I think that kind of knocks him down too for this one.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to make a submission for the first of the TJ of the alternate TJ awards. I would like to nominate the TJ McConnell Award.
I'm gonna steal mine.
To Ben Shepherd.
Yes.
I'm nominating Ben Shepherd for the TJ McConnell Award. And it's the plays that I already said. He comes out of half. Andrew Nembhard's on the bench. I was watching on delay, and Derek texted me, "Uh-oh," to start the second half. And as soon as I didn't see Nembhard, I was like, "Oh no, is this like a bad injury? Did I miss something?" And Ben Shepherd just gets out there and is just immediately getting a steal, immediately going the other way for a dunk. I think it was before the fourth quarter. Tyrese, the broadcast interviewed Tyrese, and he was like, "Yeah, it's next man up." And the truth is, we've reached a point where this team, where I do believe it. It's a cliche. For some teams, it's also a true cliche. And for this team, it's like Shep goes out there, and it just doesn't matter. He was handling the ball more. He's being asked to do a lot. He's picking up SGA some. Now, AJ Mitchell, I feel like he didn't quite respect him enough as a driver at times. And maybe if he was like a little bit more locked in there, a couple of those drives get knocked off. But I just thought that the intensity he came out with in the second half was like game defining. It made the game exciting. It brought the crowd into it. It's all those things that matter when you're playing your home opener. Give me your nominee, because you can't take Shep. That's how this works. You can't steal Ben Shepherd. So who's your hustle player not named Ben Shepherd?
Yes, Ben Shepherd absolutely was. I was like planning to. He was like in my notes, like early on in his first minutes, just for the defensive pressure in the backcourt that he was immediately applying. He got multiple steals in this game, tipping the ball away, hustle, all the stuff that you mentioned. Yes, I agree. It's very hard to pick another person that's like deserving in this category tonight. I think that I might go with an off the wall pick and say TJ McConnell himself. because if you saw on Twitter or if you were at
On
the
the
game
broadcast,
tonight,
on the
they
broadcast, he was
showed
up
it on the
all the time.
broadcast. Perfect. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. He's singing Holla Back Girl in a Masked Singer segment where a fan gets to guess who the player is. I thought it was Jay Huff because I've never heard TJ McConnell sing or sound like this in my life. It was incredible. And then the best part is when they cut to TJ McConnell afterwards and he's just like buried his face in shame. Just unbelievable stuff. Fascinating to hear TJ McConnell sing, and then that shows him on the screen, just completely embarrassed. So I'll go off the wall and say TJ got the crowd pumped up. I don't know what the run was after that, but I'm sure it was a great run by the Pacers after the crowd saw TJ McConnell on the screen.
Wow. Yeah, that we did not get on the broadcast. All right, your time to name an award.
Okay, my turn to name the award. The chat definitely agrees that the Bins are sweeping the awards right now. All right, I think I'm going to go with the Hype Train Award. The nominees for the Talon Joseph Peter Award. It's not Talon Joseph Peter, is not my nominee. If you don't know, I always used to call Edmund Sumner the Hype Train. This award, the spirit of it is a young prospect that is doing exciting things and making you excited for the future. Normally, it's for more of like a fringe guy that's like trying to solidify his place in the NBA. I'm going with more of a lottery pick selection here, and I'm going to give it to Jarris Walker because just some incredible passes from Jarris. He still had a rough moment with an entry pass that it felt like Rick took him out. I don't know if it was related, but he took him out early in the first half after he made a poor decision on an entry pass and just wasn't a good pass. But he had one skip pass to Obi, and then the ball found him again, and then he threw a little alley oop to Jay Huff that was awesome. He found Talon Peter in the corner with another skip pass in transition that was just super great. I love his passing. I think, especially right now with no TJ, now no Andrew for we're not sure what his deal with his injury. He's the best passer on the team. It might be a little inconsistent. He's going to throw some questionable passes that end up being turnovers, but Jarris is my guy. He's the hype train. He got me the most excited about a young prospect today. Who's your nominee for this one?
I will nominate Talon, and look, all right, Talon.
It's named after him, so
It is named after him. Look, he struggled on defense tonight. He was having some trouble staying in front of people, and on like the first time he gets a touch where he should shoot the ball, he doesn't shoot, and it's his first
He was
NBA
timid.
game. I'm not going to blame him, but fundamentally, we're talking about this guy. I think he said in interviews like a couple years ago he gave up on his dream basically of making the NBA. Not only does he get out of, D2 or whatever to play for D1, not only does he get there, he gets drafted. It's 54th, whatever. He's going to a team that just went to the finals. So probably in his mind, he's like, it's amazing to be drafted. He plays in the home opener in overtime against the defending champs. That speaks to just a degree of like poise and focus and fit that he has earned through his work ethic and his preseason and summer league play. Talon just, again, look, it's not so much to me about everything that happened on the court. There were good moments on the court and there were bad moments on the court. To me, I'm nominating Talon because of what it says about him that he's in the game ahead of Johnny Furphy. Now that may be upsetting to some fans, to be honest, and I would understand some fans' frustration with that. But I just want to shout out Talon because clearly in Rick's eyes, he earned it.
I think part of the Talon over Johnny thing is just Ben Shepard's not quite a point guard.
Ball handling. No, I know he came in for ball handling, but I'm going to like drive the point home. He was the first sub off the bench with Obi Toppin in this game.
Yes.
I mean, that's insane. Shout out Talon.
It's very impressive. Like you talked about we heard about multiple things like this is a guy that draft experts didn't even have on their board at all. Like they had no idea this guy was a prospect that was even close to being drafted. So for the Pacers to even like find this guy at all and then he turns out to be like he looks like he belongs, and that alone is so impressive for a guy that, like you said, gave up on his dream. I think you're probably right. It seems like the chat agrees. Talon Peter, who I named this award after and then didn't give him the award, he should win this one the first time. We have said in the past, or we've talked about in our planning, that these awards will not just be in honor of this game. Today it's a little harder because we only have one game to go off of unless we include preseason. I think if we include preseason, for sure, Talon Peter, I mean, I've been calling him the hype train again. That's the first time I've given that moniker to anybody since Edmund Sumner. So, Talon Peter, you deserve it. Congratulations. I'm sure he'll be on next episode to accept his award and give an acceptance speech. Yeah, all right. That's the TJ Awards. We have a final segment here. How many picks do you want to make? Since it's a little late, we had double overtime. You just want to make like 3 each?
Oh, if you think now Derek's teasing a draft, and I'm gonna be honest, Derek. I am more than ready to go for this draft. So we might reach a point
All
where I
right.
just start rattling them off.
Okay, let's just do it. We'll go. Hopefully they keep enough lights on in here for me, and we'll we'll get this done. And hope you guys are enjoying the show. And let's start the draft. Okay, this is a weird draft. The way we're doing this, we're going to draft predictions for the season, but each Kyle and I have a chance to steal each other's prediction if we can upgrade the prediction, if we are feeling even stronger about how the other person is making a prediction, we can upgrade it. Like if I say the Pacers are only going to win 30 games, and then Kyle is just so pessimistic, even worse than I theoretically am. He says, no, the Pacers are only going to win 25 games. He can up the ante like that. So we're going to make some picks, see how long we can go. Kyle's got a bunch of them.
Until one of us taps out. We're gonna go back. We can one up and one up and one up until one of us taps out. And when you tap out, you win the prediction. And then there will be some reward for the one who's right and punishment for the one who's wrong. And we'll be soliciting ideas for punishment from anyone we can get ideas from.
Exactly. So in the
Yeah.
chat, if you have ideas for punishments for the one who gets the least amount of predictions correct, or the person who doesn't, however we figure out who wins this draft by the end of the season. If you have ideas for punishments for us, for what we can do, let us know in the chat, and we'll go ahead and get this thing started. Do you want to take the first pick?
All right. I'll start out with I have a range of predictions here, but we'll start out with one that I hope gets to come true after today's game. I hope to see him back on the court soon. Andrew Nembhard will record his first career triple-double this season.
Okay, so if I steal this, I have to say
You have
Andrew
to say at
Nembhard
least 2. You got to get to 2.
is going to get 2.
He has never done it. He has never done it in his career.
It definitely feels doable. I'm gonna go 2. I'm gonna go 2. I think he's got 2
at least 2.
Watch him be out for the whole season. I'm just immediately. He's not gonna be out for the whole season. God, I hope. But yeah, he'll be out for some amount of time, and then we'll have to worry about that. But I'm going 2.
I'm going to let you have it at 2. 2 is a lot of triple doubles.
Lance Stevenson got 5. I believe in Andrew Nembhard. He can get 2. It's a new day, new day and age.
All right. So take it away.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the wins column. I'll do the simplest prediction, and I'm gonna say the Pacers will win. I'll go 38 games.
Are you saying at least 38 or no more than 38?
At least 38. I'll go on the positive end, even though that would be under 500. So
you're gonna have it because I am lower on the team than you are.
All right, I'm gonna live with my positivity here.
Yeah, you can live with the positivity. You can take it away. Listen. They just took the defending champs to double overtime with nobody after Houston took them to double overtime with, no Fred VanVleet, but a very good team.
Now I'm just worried
about where I am though. In all honesty,
I'm just worried about how long it's going to take for them to get healthy, because if they have a similar start. If they have a similar start this season as they did last season, then you start to wonder how much are they going to try to catch up on those, or are they just going to try to take advantage and get a better draft pick, knowing that their ceiling is ultimately lower no matter what this season? So I might regret that one in the end. We'll find out. I'll live with my positivity. You have to root for the Pacers to lose, so I get to root for them to win.
I'm not rooting for them to lose. That's just what I think. All right. My next prediction. I think that Ben Mathurin will lead the team in 30-point games, but he will not lead the team in scoring.
Okay, can I upgrade that by saying that he'll score 50 in a game this year?
Woo! 50 in a game. I'm not gonna take you on that. I think he
I'm
40s.
just gonna take all the predictions.
You're just gonna take them all. I can't believe I'm losing this one. I have ones coming up that I'm sure I'm keeping, but 50. You can take Ben Mathurin scores 50. I guess you can have it.
I honestly thought I was gonna start lower than that and say he's gonna have a career high in points at some point this year. But I thought I was gonna lose that prediction today because his career
Oh
high
yeah,
is
I would have upped that one immediately. 50
his,
is just so much.
his career high is 38. He almost set that today. It did take 45 minutes to get him to 36. I just see it happening. This was a really dumb decision by me, but
All
I
right.
believe
Well,
in you.
you've
I
taken
believe in
all
you,
the
Benny
predictions
Buckets.
so far, so I
They
guess you can just rattle off another one.
added more lights. I thought I would get less. Taking one now.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with. Okay, I'll go with Pascal Siakam will win a Player of the Week award at some point this season.
He'll win 2.
Okay, I'll let you take that one.
All right. All right, let's get a little spicier. I think and he was thinking about it today, Derek. I think we're going to get another meme out of Tyrese Halliburton's questionable fit choices. We are going to get at least one verifiable, well-used meme from Tyrese Halliburton's sense of fashion.
So how do we measure this?
Memes.
It's
The
like
variable is
somebody.
memes.
So all you have to do, but you can't post it.
No, and it can't. It has to be like widely, like this picture, right?
Okay.
Like it has to be
Man,
widely
that's
circulated.
at least one.
At least one.
2 is hard.
Yeah, 2 is hard. I thought I would get you at 1 here.
Yeah, I don't know if what's more impressive, getting multiple memes out of your fits in a season or multiple buzzer beaters in the playoffs. Which one is like less likely
This year he's going to have to
to
settle for
happen?
fits, and I think he's going to get real bored and come up with some crazy stuff.
I think you're right on one, but I'm not going 2. So you
All
get
right,
that one.
that's fine.
That's a good prediction. Okay, I got one. I'm gonna go Tony Bradley outlasts James Wiseman on the roster. And this could get real dicey real quick because if Andrew Nimhard is out for any amount of time, they're probably cutting one of these guys. So I might lose this one immediately, or one of us.
I don't know how to one up you. I guess I would
So
have to say.
You would just have to disagree, I guess. So either way.
No, I agree with you on this. I think Tony Bradley is outlasting him. He was the third center today, I think.
He was, and he has been in the preseason, besides the last preseason game where it felt like they wanted to see James Wiseman against some real NBA players. But it definitely feels like Rick prefers him. The case against Bradley would be Tony Bradley's contract is unguaranteed completely. They can cut him without any cost. It would cost the Pacers like $1 million if they decided to cut James Wiseman loose instead of Tony Bradley. So that's
I can't challenge you on
that's
it, though,
the downside.
I can't. I'm not going to take it.
All right, so it's your turn then.
Well, let's talk about our hero from today's game. I think we will get at least 5 more shirtless Ben Mathurin press conferences and or media appearances by the end of this calendar year.
It has to be full shirt off, no like undershirt, like not just jersey
We're
on.
looking at. This is 2 days ago. He was out here 2 days ago, and I think
somebody walked by, one of the players walked by and said, "Put a shirt on." He just laughed. Um,
5 more times.
5 more times. Honestly, like he doesn't do this at the post game press conference, so it would have to be at practice interviews, and they really don't practice like that much once the season gets going. I'm gonna let you have this one. I'm gonna let
Okay.
you have the shirtless Ben Mathurin interviews. Although if he scores like this, he's gonna be
The
getting
shirt's coming
interviewed.
off. I'm telling you,
He's
he scored like this. You're getting shirtless Ben Mathurin at least tomorrow. I'm at least getting one tomorrow.
he's gonna be getting yeah. We'll see. We'll see. That'll be an interesting one to keep track of because it is easy enough because the Pacers post all of those interviews. Yeah, so
No,
that'll be a
I've
fun
got
one to
more,
track.
Derek. If you're up next, but we're reaching the point where I'm deep in the
Okay,
bag at this
I
point.
got a fun one. I got a fun one.
Yep.
Johnny Furphy will have at least 10 like certified poster dunks this season.
You stole this from me. You stole this from me.
Oh, fantastic!
Um,
The greatest picture in the world.
you said 10 for the season?
10 for the season. He didn't play that much
10 for
today,
the
so
season? I'm gonna be honest with you, Derek. The number that I wrote down was 3. Do you know how
3.
hard
That's
do you know
it.
this picture is wild. Noah
He had.
Esenge's life ended in this
I
moment.
mean, I'm not saying it needs to be 3 where it looks like somebody died. I'm saying like he had at least 3 in the preseason.
He had 2 in the preseason. I can't. I mean,
All right, I'm going
our
10.
definition of poster is getting really loose here.
Okay, well, we'll debate as the dunks come if they count or not. But I'm
Can I
going
stay on
10.
the topic of post? I'm going to let you have it. Can I stay on the topic of posters?
Yes, go for it.
Because I think we will see at least 3 Pacers players attempt to dunk on Miles Turner this year.
Okay, so definitely Ben Mathurin,
Yep, that's one. You
100%,
know it's one.
100%. Obi Toppin, although he doesn't like dunk on people very much.
Aaron
Like when's
Nesmith
the
dunks on
last
people.
Aaron Nesmith does, but I don't know who like Obi's got it in him, but you don't see him like he does tricks, but he doesn't like throw it down on somebody. Like you don't see that very often from Obi. So
Why not
man,
Furf?
but just trying. They don't even have to make it. Like it's
That's right.
only
They're trying, right?
trying
They're
to
going to
do.
wind up for it. They're going to wind up for it. I said attempt.
So what if it's TJ McConnell? What if he's the third guy? He
Can I
finally
make a
tries to
prediction
dunk.
right now, Derek?
TJ McConnell will not dunk. That's a
We will see
prediction.
footage in game or practice of a player who, according to league sources, I've heard this from NBA players, a player who is the oldest player in the NBA, who received a cane on his birthday last year. We will see footage of that man attempting to dunk a basketball. It will get out. We will see it.
You're gonna see it again this year because they did it 2 years ago. It is due. Um, I'm gonna let you have both of those. I'll let you have the 3 people attempting to dunk on Miles because I can't go 4. I think you might be right, just because I could
Oh, and
see it.
Miles rejecting some. This is in the chat. Miles is rejecting some. That's I'm attempt. The
Right, he didn't say
threshold and
make, so
yeah,
that's
yeah.
like yeah. So
And
he's
if
gonna
Miles
really have
dunks on, yeah, if
to.
TJ McConnell dunks on Miles Turner, yeah,
Oh
well,
my
we can
gosh,
already build a statue of TJ as far as I'm concerned, but if he
his
does that, then
So the reason why I love this idea so much, like TJ's never going to dunk on anyone or dunk at all, but he's never dunked in his career, and Miles has never blocked TJ McConnell in his career. I tracked Miles' blocks during his entire 10-year career as a Pacer. He played TJ McConnell a lot when he was a 76er,
right.
but never blocked TJ. TJ loved to give him crap about it, that it never happened. So it would be absolutely incredible if TJ McConnell's first attempted even dunk in the NBA was on Miles and he finished it. Would be just absolutely incredible. I think
Impossible.
he like I think he would need his number retired immediately in that moment. Yes, and a statue, all of it. Um, that
The
would
Bucks
be
franchise might fold. Their fans might
Giannis.
melt.
Giannis
They
would
might literally
immediately
melt.
trade request immediately from Giannis as soon as it happens. Yes, I love everything about this. Let me see if I got any left. You still got some more?
Oh, I've got enough. I've got more. Can I
Okay.
can I go again?
Uh,
I'm
okay. I'm gonna
saving. I'm saving a
go.
good
Man,
one.
this is tough right now with Nimhard because I have some more Nimhard ones, but I want to know how his injury's doing. So I'll just do this. If Nimhard plays 65 games, he will be on an all defense team.
Wow. Um, I'm gonna say no because yeah, you're gonna have this one because I just don't think he's gonna get the reps against good enough players often enough.
All right. We'll see. I'm banking on some they know he's good from last year and his
Now,
reputation will.
reputation matters a lot for defense.
So that's what I'm hoping for with this one. I also maybe he won't play 65 games and that one will just be null anyway, but hopefully the injury is minor.
All right.
Right.
By the end of the year, James Johnson will be a member of the Indiana Pacers organization in a
Oh,
in
I
an
love it.
official capacity.
I love that prediction. So just like anything, so he could be a consultant, he could be an assistant coach, not necessarily just as a player.
Yep.
So if I wanted to one up this, I would have to say James Johnson will be on the 15-man roster, basically, right?
Or you could call your shot and say he'll be an
Say which
assistant coach.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you have this one. I don't. I think, man, I could see him eventually being back on the roster. I don't feel like he's going to end up being an assistant coach though. So, well, we'll see. Obviously, they love him, and it wouldn't shock me, but I don't think it's happening.
All right. You got more?
Yeah, I probably got something else. Okay. I feel like this is an easy one, but I'm going to say it anyway. Obi Toppin closes the most games at the 5.
Yes. It's yours.
Yeah, I'll just take that one.
You can
That
you can
feels
take
that feels like an easy win.
cheap shot. That's a cheap shot, but you're
I
getting
mean,
it.
he doesn't start at the 5. I don't think he's going to start at the 5, but
No, you're keeping it. You're
he's
keeping
gonna
that one.
he's gonna finish games. All right, go for it. Your turn.
Player coach Tyrese Halliburton gets at least one technical foul.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm gonna let you have this one. That would be amazing. I'm not gonna say he gets 2. What if he got 2 in one game? Even that would be incredible stuff. I'm gonna say no though. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna let you have that one.
At least one tech. He's walking. Listen, he's walking onto the court. He's chirping at some game. He's gonna make the face, and yeah, and at some point he's gonna say something, and he's just gonna get teed up.
Says it to the wrong ref. I could see it. I could see it. I just don't. Yeah, I'm gonna let you have it because I definitely can't go 2. Okay. This is tough because especially with all the injuries, I don't know if they're going to be good enough to get one. I'm going to say Rick Carlisle just gets some votes for Coach of the Year.
How many votes are there? What is it, like 99?
Just he gets at least one vote
At
for
least
Coach of the
one.
Year.
He'll
Like
get
1, 2, or it's not like first place vote, but
right, right, right. I know what
he
you're
gets
saying.
at
He'll
least
get at
one.
least 5.
Man, and you're pessimistic on the team. Like if they win 38, is
Another
that
reputation.
enough?
Like this is an award that goes for like beating your over under, but also I just like this is one of those awards that like if they had voted at the end of the year last year after the
He wins
playoffs,
it.
he
He
would have
wins.
won.
Yeah.
And it's just like there's just a little bit of fighting the last battle with these awards. See Westbrook, Russell, Harden, James. This
That's yeah. Like part of I was hoping I could just sneak past that one because it was another one I was hoping just the reputation of last year would kind of get somebody to give him a vote.
mhm.
I'm gonna hedge my wins bet by saying I'm letting you have this one.
Okay. You can hedge it. The season long statistic we can track. Now he's not been calling these all that often, so I'm really kind of scared about this. I'm gonna say at least 3 smothered chickens.
Ooh. You think he's gonna
I'm
be that anxious
I'm
to do
scared.
it. I don't.
Yeah, I don't
I
know who he's calling
go,
it for.
especially if Obi's playing as much five as I think we both hope and I honestly expect right now. Uh, I feel like Huff will get at least one. Maybe Ijax will get one. But I'm gonna let you have it because he likes to hold those close to the chest. Like maybe he'll be anxious to like give it to somebody new now that Miles Turner is gone. But I'm gonna say there's only the three. Oh, that's a good prediction.
I'm so high on Aaron Neesmith this year. If I could make like the Pacers will have a most improved player candidate, and it's not Nemhard or Matherin.
Mm.
I would take Neesmith.
I would go Jarris on that one. We can just make that one of our predictions. I'll go Jarris, most improved. You go
Though,
Aaron.
listen, if Matherin's gonna like average,
I mean, out of if we eliminate those two guys,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, another one we will trade for a center. I have a little bit more of a pessimistic. This isn't I don't know if this is quite a prediction, but it kind of is. I think within the next year we're going to get the first widely considered questionable decision by the front office.
ooh, is this like an official prediction?
Yeah, we can make it an official prediction. I think we're
We're
going to
gonna
get
get.
a like most fans are either like that was wrong or just don't get it.
It's gonna be fascinating how they solve this center issue.
The center issue and Ben Matherin is really, if I'm, like that's kind of
Too.
that's what I'm talking about here. I think
You
between the
know,
center issue and Ben Matherin, I don't think we're going 2 for 2.
somebody was in my mentions today about Ben's gonna get the max, and you know what? If he plays like he did today, he might deserve it.
He's going to
If
get
he,
30 million if he plays like he did
if he
today.
plays like he did today every night, yeah, he's gonna get paid
A lot of money.
massively. And
He's
then
going to
it's
get
a
a lot of money.
question of are the Pacers willing to pay him massively to keep him around?
And I think we're
And
going to get a bad decision from the front office. I think it's going to happen.
you think it's going to be like James Harden and the Thunder trade to the Rockets kind of
We'll
that
see. It
kind
could
of
be
bad
that
decision?
they trade Matherin and we don't get what we think is a fair return. It could be that we let him walk when we should re-sign him. It could be that we
Man,
trade for a center that is just like kind of an obvious mistake. Like this is the DeAndre Ayton. Like we everyone can acknowledge that we dodged a bullet with DeAndre Ayton getting signed by the Suns, right? That was a mistake to offer him that money. It made Miles a little bit upset for a guy who it turns out was just flat out worse. So I'm just
yeah,
between the two, I think we're gonna get a bad decision. It's hard to stay perfect forever.
you can't. Yeah, there's so much luck involved with so many of these things.
And
Like
it's also
they
who's
got.
available at what time, right? Like
I mean, just think about the Aaron Nesmith trade. When they traded for Aaron Nesmith, they let Malcolm Brogdon choose which trade. It wasn't
famously
like
receiving a paperclip in return.
the Pacers were like, we really believe in Aaron Nesmith. It was like, we're just hoping to get a pick and some young prospect that we have, like some hope that might become something. And then they got incredibly lucky with how good Aaron Nesmith turned out to be and how much he's improved year over year over year to
100%.
the point where they've kept giving him extensions because he's been like the perfect like addition to that starting group really since anytime he's been given the chance like he's worked for even when he first got here that first year. Like once they entered him into the starting lineup, like they looked a lot more competent. Like that happened
Totally.
multiple times. Like they
Yeah,
tried.
I love Double A. I mean, he just is like every trait you want in like your team's right? He's not your first guy, he's not your second guy, but he gives you everything and more that you could want from someone in that role. He's awesome.
Love Aaron Nesmith forever. A Pacers legend just for that game one against the Eastern Conference in the Eastern Conference Finals. The flamethrower,
Unbelievable.
fresh as a daisy. Awesome guest on the Low Post recently. If you missed that episode, all right. Do you have any more predictions? I think I am all tapped out.
I
How about
can be
you?
tapped out too, and we can wrap it up, and you should probably give like what to expect from the Pacers recap live show.
So yes, and I appreciate those of you that are on here staying up so late with us. I have to drive back home after this, and then go to work in the morning. So super fun. But we're gonna be doing one game a week. going live after the game. The next time we will be going live is on Wednesday after they play the Dallas Mavericks in Cooper Flag. So we look forward to seeing you there. Normally, when we do these TJ Awards, like it won't be just this game. That'll probably be. I think we both expect it to be like a every week segment. We do a couple TJ Awards, and they'll probably be different every week since we're only doing a few of them. And then we'll talk about the game, do some other thing that we've planned, and yeah, we want this to be fun. We want it to be interactive. We love interacting with the chat and trying to just make this different than the podcast that you're already listening to and that you love, with Locked On Pacers, with Setting the Pace, with everything that Caitlin Cooper does at Basketball She Wrote. We want this to be live, interactive, fun, just a little different, something new to add to this Pacer space. We hope you enjoyed our first episode here. Kyle, anything you want to say before we sign off?
No, go Pacers. I'm happier than I thought
Cheers.
to be back for another season after the way last year ended. It felt
This
good
game
to watch the team play.
I really hated that the Pacers had to play the Thunder initially to start this season. I was like, just get anybody else. Like they're unveiling the conference championship banner, and it feels a little dumb to unveil it against the one team that you lost to, because that means something more than a normal conference championship banner would mean. I think that one. I think most Pacer fans would agree. Like that's a banner that you're still proud of, even though it's not the big one. Um, but this just, yeah, it reminded me how much I love basketball. This was an awesome game to watch, even with all the fouls and the free throws and the incredibly long aspect of this game. But yes, love basketball, love the Pacers. Look forward to the next one. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Subscribe. I'll tell you about the giveaway as I log off here. I have a signed Tyrese Halliburton mini basketball that I will be giving away in some fashion once we reach 1,000 subscribers. So spread the word, share this with friends, watch us live, watch us in the morning, whatever you want. We'll see you next time. Adios.
See ya.